unbreakable, restless minds, incompatible, different signs. So we had to read between the lines.
I don't think you're worth the trouble, trouble, trouble. I think it's over, then you make it double, double, double. Perhaps I should've known from the get-go, but some things are just too hard to let go. But I don't think you're worth the trouble, trouble, trouble anymore. I don't have to wait for the green light from the start. This was an uphill fight. I was at the front, kicking all the way. Yeah. In so many ways, it didn't feel right. And no longer will you keep me up all night. No longer so true, no longer so blind. I don't think you're worth the trouble, trouble, trouble. I think it's over, then you make it double, double, double. Perhaps I should've known from the get-go, but some things are just too hard to let go. But I don't think you're worth the trouble.
Alright, before we get to today's review, I want to give a huge thanks to Earth Motor Cars for letting me take out their X6 today and review it. Guys, these people are awesome, and I actually have a link to their website in the description of this video. If you are interested in this X6, they got a ton of other BMWs, a ton of Mercedes. They can hook you up with whatever you're looking for. Go check them out. On to today's review of this gorgeous X6. Welcome back to Crash Cars, everyone. If you're new to the channel, my name's Harrison Woodruff, and you can probably guess this is Crash Cars. Now, it's absolutely crummy out today. It is freezing. It is 39 degrees. Yeah, I know that's not really freezing, but it was 65 degrees yesterday, and it's getting colder by the second with the wind increasing as well. Now, I'm sorry if you guys are having wind issues with the mic. I apologize. But today we have with us a gorgeous X6. Now, what are we gonna do today with this X6? We're gonna do a good old Crash Cars review. And what do those reviews entail? Well, we're gonna talk about the car. We're gonna go around the outside. We're gonna talk about the engine, pop the hood, talk about the inside, sit in there where it's nice and warm. God, that was a cold blast of wind. And like always on Crash Cars, you're gonna hear a gorgeous startup. Now, warn you guys, the exhaust isn't that crazy on this, so you might want to just skip through that part. I understand. So, let's go ahead and get down to it. If you're a subscriber, you'll know I like butts. Well, I like car butts. They're really sexy. I like to touch them every now and then and give them a tap and a squeeze. And this one, I think, is pretty sexy too. Anywho, what is the BMW X6? What about it? I'll tell you all about it. So, way back in the day, in 2006, 2007, back in 2006, they announced the X6, and they started producing them in 2007. Back in 2014, they did a body update, and that includes a slew of things. And in this car we have today with us is a 2016. So, we have all those gorgeous updates. Now, what are those updates? Well, those are some aggressive body styling changes, like the bumpers and some of the body lines. Full interior kind of tune and rechanged, made a little prettier, different options inside possible. And then they also changed the infotainment system and did some tweaking on the transmission and engine as well. Now, this car, as you can tell, is fitted with some gorgeous carbon fiber. That is an option now, and it still is, back from 2016 to now. Now, there are 4 different cars in the lineup, and that includes 2 normal cars, a diesel, and an M Series. Now, those 2 normal BMW X6s are at inline 6 and a V8. Real quick, it's cold. It's very cold. I really hope you guys give me a thumbs up for this because, oh my God, I'm out here freezing my butt off for you guys. Anywho, we'll get in depth up front about this engine. I'm not gonna pop the hood because there's nothing really special up there, but we'll get into this inline 6 and talk all about it up there. Check out this gorgeous long white bonnet. Thankfully the wind has kind of died down. I'm pretty sure I just jinxed it, but anyway, let's get to talking about horsepower, torque, and what this inline six can do. So this inline six produces 306 horsepower and 300 foot-pounds of torque. Now, for a luxury crossover SUV, I think that's pretty dang impressive. Now, obviously, you have your Urus, which in my opinion is a crossover. It's not an actual SUV. I think these actually look pretty similar compared to the Urus. Oh, there's the wind. God, that's cold. Anywho, now the 0 to 60, it's not fast, it's not slow. It's just right hovering around 5.5 seconds. But take it as you will. I don't think it's that slow, especially in today's standards when it's not really a sports car or an M series yet. M series is much faster, obviously. Now, this inline six is also turbocharged. Surprising, right? Now, obviously you can't do a bi-turbo because obviously there's only one line of cylinders. Wind is cold. Anywho, so I'm sorry that I'm all jittery and jumpy in this review. I know it's annoying, but that's the engine. It's impressive. Now, let's hop inside and talk about this warm, luxurious, brown, black, and like I said, luxurious interior. See you guys inside in the warm. BMW, in my opinion, I mean, BMW's knocked it out with this interior, from the gorgeous wood inlays to the dual tone leather interior with this all leather steering wheel. And this, in my opinion, I don't like the way the ZF transmission shifters look, but with this very prominent shifter handle right here and all your dash instruments and all your buttons just right in front of you. It's very well laid out, very nice. Now let's get down into it and talk about it. Space. Am I comfortable? Yes. I have plenty of legroom and plenty of headroom. Now the back seats, the roof line slopes a little bit, so back in the back I don't have as much headroom or as much legroom because it is a short wheelbase car. Now, storage, there's door pockets everywhere. They're actually pretty large. There's a little tiny spot right here for your cup holders and ashtray. Please don't smoke, it's just not good, but whatever. And then you have a center console right here. It is decently large as well. Then what else do you have for storage? Obviously the glove box, right? It is average. It's not large, nothing special. One thing I do like is, though, they have this little spot right here. Obviously you could use it as a handle, obviously what it's meant for, but you can also put a couple trinkets in there, like my mic recorder thing will fit in there perfectly, and that's the size of, I don't know, AirPods, an AirPod case or whatever. But other than that, you have a trunk for storage and 2 back seats. Well, technically 3 because it's a bench, but anywho, yeah. Now let's go ahead and talk about buttons and where they are, what they do. So the buttons right here in the center, that's for your AC and infotainment system. The top row is AC, bottom row is infotainment. You got your radio volume down here, very understandable. In the center, you got your big knob for your infotainment menu and all that. Then over down here, on the left side of the gear shift, you have the car modes. You have the parking sensors, the downhill descent rate control, sport comfort settings, traction control off, and then right here is your park and stuff handle. Then on the left side over here, like always, you have your windows up and down and your mirror adjustments. Pretty simple, right? Now on the steering wheel, what do you have? You have your basically Bluetooth hands-free stuff right here, and then you have your little selectors for your cruise control right there. And then you have some interestingly shaped paddle shifters, I do have to say. It looks and feels pretty interesting. Anywho, then in front of you, you have a fully lit, backlit, it's completely electronic, fully electronic screen in front of you. I'm so sorry I can't talk today. This weather is horrible. It's so cold outside. Anyway, and on the left, and then you have your tachometer and speedometer, and then all your stuff for your instrument cluster, like normal, like your temperatures and gas and all that. And they do have the temperature and the gas and the speedometer and tachometer gorgeously, I guess you could say, silhouetted by actual, like, I can't feel them, but it looks like they're metal, like C's basically. And AC, like I'm just looking around and I see so many AC vents. There's one here, one here, one here, one here, one there, one there, one there. Everywhere. There's AC vents everywhere. There's even like stuff up top. That's insane. But all around, the X6 is a very comfortable car. It's got plenty of legroom, spacious beyond days, plenty of storage, sits well, plenty of visibility. I'd say it's awesome interior. Now, enough talking about the interior. Let's pop you guys to the back, hear that start up, and then take this puppy for a spin. GoPro, stop recording. This thing rides really well. Then again, it is a BMW, right? Luxury. Now, this car does have multiple modes, and we are riding in Sport because I don't want to ride in Sport Plus because that has no traction control, and that's, you know, on a rainy day, we're not looking to slide the car around and get the tail end out. That's for a different day, different video. Anywho, first thoughts on the car, riding around, like I said, it rides very smooth. The steering, it's not sport steering, obviously, so it's very numb. It does listen to you, but it's not like pinpoint, needle, sharp, accurate. Hope that makes sense. All the toggles and levers are placed in the right spots, in my opinion. It's very easy to find them with your hands, like the blinkers or, you know, the window wipers. Makes very good sense. It's very well placed. I do have to commend them on that, because like Mercedes or even Audi has some pretty interesting, you know, lever placements. It's sometimes they're up here, sometimes they're down here, sometimes they're just all over the place. But drives great. Road noise, very, very little. It takes the bumps pretty well. I mean, it is a mid-sized luxury crossover SUV, so you do expect with that luxury part to have a luxurious ride, and it does. It's a BMW, you're gonna get one, right? Of course. Now, crossover wise, that plays into a role of having a kind of a sedan ride as well, because it's a crossover. You're gonna have an SUV and a sedan ride, kind of hybrid mixed together, right? Of course. Now, when I say that, you get the jolts and bumps very minimally, like you would in a sedan. And in the SUV, you know how you kind of, it's like a boat, more or less. It just rolls over everything. You don't really feel that in this. What you do feel is, in like turning there, example, you feel the shorter wheelbase as well, and it makes it more comfortable. The car actually hugs around you. You feel really one with the car, and not like a big monster is behind you and you are trying to turn a cruise ship or something. You're turning really small, easy, small turn radius car. Big bumps, don't even feel them, which is impressive. So, part, how many cuts is that? That was part one, all of that, right? Yeah. Part two. So, talking about suspension now and chassis and all that. The X6 comes with the DPC, and what that is the Dynamic Performance Control System. Now, what is that? Well, it actually works in unison with the xDrive all-wheel drive system in the car to help regulate traction control and just ABS, and everything that has to do with, you know, keeping the car on the road and keeping it comfortable and safe and making you happy, right? So what do those do? Well, like I said, they work with all that in unison, and they give you a wonderful ride, and we are experiencing that now. Now, that is actually all included on the X6, which I find really cool, because you get, honestly, an adaptive suspension. And what's better than having an adaptive suspension on a car that, you know, when you put your foot down, you can actually go a little bit. Not crazy fast, but a little bit. So, just thought I'd add that in there. Why not? You know? Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. This X6 is a 2016 year model, and back in 2014, they actually changed a couple things. They made it new and changed the body style and all that fun stuff. And they started rolling that out in their 2015 year model cars. Okay. So what they did was they actually increased the luggage storage by a slight margin. They redid some of the body styling, and they updated infotainment system. So basically, you could say a midlife change and facelift is basically what they did. The X6, yes, it rides well. It drives, steering wise, pretty sluggish. It's not, obviously, it's not a sports car, and it's not a big SUV to where it's just like lurching everywhere. It's jittery. It'll do what you want it to do, yes, but it's got a little, yeah, just a little sluggishness to it, I guess you could say. But other than that, the road noise is minimal. Like, you don't hear anything. There's no engine drone, so if you do want to hear your engine and hear some cracks and pops, you would obviously need, you would either need to take off the cats or just put a whole entire new exhaust underneath this puppy. But as a whole, it rides great. Vision is perfect in this thing. The blind spots, in my opinion, are minimal. Then again, I am a huge person, so, you know, I can, you know, look in different things differently for you guys. Being on the note of being a big person, I fit in this car really well for, you know, being 6'3", obviously. And all around, the BMW X6 is a great car. I recommend it. I do. Now, I'm not a big fan. Why won't they go in the park? Okay, cool. Now, I'm not a big fan of crossovers because it's a crossover. You want either this or that, and it's just like so confusing because some car dealers, or car manufacturers are like, we'll put this attribute of a SUV in it and this attribute of a sedan. There, have it. So that's why I like having, you know, a sedan and then an SUV or a truck. That's my opinion, but whatever. Anyway, as we are back at the dealership, this does conclude today's review. Like always, thank you guys for watching. Hit that big red subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. Go turn on that notification bell because I want you guys to know when I obviously am uploading. It's important. But like always, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this review. See you guys next time. Crash Cars out. All right, everyone. For the ones who stuck around to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. And if you're not already subscribed, please just go ahead and that big red subscribe button. Like I said, 30 seconds ago. It means so much to me that you guys do that, and just it shows me that I'm doing something right and that you guys like me and stuff. But done with the spiel. Thank you so much again to Earth Motor Cars for letting me review their X6. Guys, this thing was a blast. If you're interested in all, like I said, there is a link in the description of this video below. Thank you for everybody who watched. Thank you to Earth Motor Cars, and see you guys next video.